Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
Good morning, it's 8:30 on Friday the 1st of January 2021. Happy New Year to you all. Wish you all the very, very best for this year. Just on my way down to the land, a bit of a late start this morning. As always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down at the land. Not as cold as it was yesterday, thankfully. We've got a balmy 2 degrees today. But we have had a little bit of rain. What a surprise. It's very quiet. That's probably because it's New Year's Day. Most people will be in bed nursing a hangover. Though I can see one of my neighbours isn't in the distance there. They're down feeding the horses as usual. I've got something in the car today. Look at that. That's that second solar panel. So I'll be moving that across the field. So no video as a crossover because I'll have my hands full. But I'll catch up with you once I get the cabin opened up. Well, that's the fire going. And I'll put the kettle on. Look at my nice new hearth area. How good is that? It'll not stay clean long. So I'll just let that do its thing. Before I sit down with a coffee, I've got a couple of minutes while it boils. Let's have a quick look. It is still cool, but not as cold as yesterday. Ground is starting to thaw out. We've not had a walk around for ages, have we? So let's have a little quick wander. Middle of winter, not a great deal to see. Everything is sleeping, waiting for the spring. As am I, actually. I can't wait to get stuff planted out in the new year. It's looking very barren along this tree line. The only thing that's got leaves on are the brambles and the nettles. But I'm sure during the course of the year we'll make some use of those. That wildlife feeder, I still haven't moved it, look. It's still there. I will get round to that. There's just so much stuff. It's so easy to get distracted. You plan to do stuff and you really just plan to fail. I know it should be the other way around, but there's always something. Field's looking not too bad, to be fair. I don't have to worry about grass cutting, thankfully, for a long time. But as you can see, there's nothing at all in this bank. You would think it was dead. Clearly it isn't. It's full of rabbits at the minute. But not a great deal going on. But we've not had a walk around, so I thought we'd just take you for a little walk while I'm waiting for this kettle to boil. I'm hoping that it's not too many months before we're back out in the raised beds and growing stuff. But the plan this year, clearly, is to get an early start. Now the garden room is almost done. Just need to sort out the watering system in there, but it won't be long. The trouble with this is everything seems to be taking forever and you don't seem to be achieving a great deal. But as a few people have commented in the videos, clearly I am. Because a year ago, literally, none of this was here. I think I'd just started on the base of the polytunnel, Mark 1 polytunnel, and I think I'd just started laying the foundations for the original cabin back in January. So, to be fair, a lot has happened since then, and it is nice to see that progress. Anyway, I'll get myself in the cabin, get myself a cup of coffee, and maybe we'll have a little chat, who knows, we'll see in a minute. Well, here we are in the cabin on New Year's Day 2021. It seemed like a long time coming with this year. Excuse me a second. It is cool, but it's not as cold as it was yesterday. I'll tell you what, I was really cold yesterday. I'm pleased I wasn't down here for the full day. I said I've been in bed with hypothermia. But I've got the fire going, so it's nice and warm sat in this corner, even with the door to the garden room open. I'm just looking out over the new raised beds and thinking about what I can get done this coming year. I don't know how you normally celebrate your new year. Clearly it's been a bit different. Well, no, it's been a lot different this year with COVID. But having said that, at midnight last night, you wouldn't have thought we'd got a COVID lockdown, because all I could hear for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, was almost incessant fireworks. So clearly lots of people were out and about. I'm sure they were all in their family bubbles. Not. It's actually starting to rain. I don't know if you can hear that on the roof or not. Probably not. It's very faint. So I think we are going to have a bit of a wet day today. But what's new here? Anyway, I'm digressing already. I told you as I was walking around the field, it's easy to get distracted, and it is. But hopefully this is the start of a bigger and brighter year for everyone. I have a little bit of a habit at New Year, which is kind of the main reason I'm here. Yes, I wanted to check that everything was okay after the freeze yesterday. Yes, I had a solar panel that I wanted to get down. And there's a couple of other little bits of tidying up work in the main cabin here that I wanted to get done. A little bit of prep work for hopefully tomorrow. If I'm looking at the rain coming down. If the weather's okay, I'll make a bit more progress with the solar panels. I will put the mounting brackets on this one. It's just tucked behind the camera there, so that it's ready, and I've got the cables out on the bench ready. But we'll see what happens with the weather. As always, you try and plan stuff and something crops up to change your plans. But yeah, as I say, I have a bit of a habit at New Year. I try to start off the new year the way that I'd like the rest of the year to follow, if that makes sense. Or is that a bit deep at this time of the morning on New Year's Day? I don't know. What do I mean by that? Well, we all want this new year to be way better than 2020. But every year, pretty much for as far as I can remember, I'm getting old, so my memory's not that great. As far as I can remember, I've always tried to do stuff on New Year's Day with the idea that I'll be able to continue that theme through the year. So I did make sure that I had a decent night's sleep, hence I was late coming down here this morning. And hopefully that will set a trend for the year. I'll make a point of getting some decent sleep, because it is important for health. Had a nice breakfast this morning. Made a point of coming down to the cabin this morning, even though there wasn't a great deal that I wanted to do today. I did want to have a more calm and relaxed day in the home. But I made a point of coming down so that I can start off on the land on the first day of 2021. And I'll be doing a couple of little bits and pieces in the cabin this morning along that same theme of things that I want to achieve during 2021. So yeah, starting off the new year as I mean to go on, and as I would hope it to continue through this year. I'm just watching now because the rain's starting to get heavier. What was a really promising morning looks like it's going to return to its dull grey rainy theme. Hopefully you all had a decent New Year's Eve, and you'll be having a decent New Year. I do want everyone to have the very best in 2021. Last year was, it seems strange saying last year, but it is. Last year was truly horrendous. It really was. And I'm hoping that government sees sense and amends its thinking on this whole attitude with COVID. It's going to be a difficult year already because of what we did as a country last year. If we don't get it right now, we could totally bugger up 2021 as well. So I'm praying that we don't do that. I am praying that we start to return to some kind of normality. One of the things that I am going to do this morning, and I'll probably do a little quick video on that. I sorted through my seed collection last night and was having a little bit of a think about what I wanted to plant in the garden room. I do want to make a flying start, so I'll be doing a little bit of research over this coming week just to see what the earliest planting that's possible for this climate. Here in the north of England, it is traditionally cold through to at least the end of February, beginning of March. So not an awful lot of people will be planting. But I'm hoping that with the garden room up and established now, all I really need to do is organise the raised beds, fill some seed trays and some pots with compost, and I'm pretty much set, ready for planting. I am toying with the idea of covering those raised beds. I do have some spare plastic sheeting from the polytunnel that I could use to make some kind of a little frame plastic sheet to go over the top of those to make a little kind of mini, almost microclimate. So I'll have the skin of the garden room, and then I'll have the shelter of the raised bed, and if I close on the top of that, in theory, I'm thinking that that will start to warm up in there, and maybe it'll be sufficient to get some seedlings planted out over the next couple of weeks. I know it is very early to be thinking about planting, particularly if it's not a heated greenhouse, which it isn't. But I did say last year that the ambition this year was to try and get succession planting all the way through the year. And I'm here, New Year's Day, talking about it, raring to go. So yeah, we'll see if it works or it doesn't work. I'm not going to lose anything really by planting out in the first few weeks of January. If we do end up having really heavy frosts, the worst that's going to happen is I'm going to lose some seedlings. But on the plus side, we always have to try and look on the positive side. If it does work, then hey, by March I could be harvesting. So who knows? So that's the plan. I am listening to this rain on the roof. It is getting heavier, but I'm nice and warm and dry in here, so I'll get my bench cleared away and have a little look at some seeds. One quick point on the subject of seeds. In the live stream the other day, you remember that, well, if you were there you will, it is on the replay if you weren't. You remember I was talking about true potato seeds and wanting to experiment with those this year. I now have 2 years worth of seed harvest from the potato berries that grew on my potatoes in 2020 and in 2019. Now, I did say in the live stream, if anybody wanted some of those, to let me know. 2 people have so far on the live stream, and that was Shawnee and Sean Whippy. So Shawnee, many thanks. I did get your email address, and then we've corresponded, and I've got your postal address. I did parcel some of both years, 2019 and 2020, into a little envelope for you yesterday. Post office is closed today because it's New Year's Day, but they should, even though it's Saturday tomorrow, they should be open tomorrow. So if they are, I'll get those banged in the post to you tomorrow. No idea how long it takes to get to the States from here. I'm guessing maybe a week. I don't know, we'll see. But rest assured, they are ready to go. They will be in the post tomorrow. So just let me know if you receive them. No, let me know when you receive them. And by the way, thanks again for the super chat in the live stream the other day. Much appreciated, as were the other two, Hoot and JT. Sean, if you're watching this, I did put a message on one of your comments asking for you to get in touch with me by email. I did pop my email address there for you. So yeah, please do drop me an email with your address, and as with Shawnee, I'll do the same. I'll give you a little bag of both 2019 and 2020 true potato seeds. And if either of you want to do a little, not a contest or competition, but a partnership, and you want to try growing those on, maybe as we go through the year we could compare notes on how we get on in growing those. Do bear in mind with true potato seeds, planting a seed, you're not going to get a bumper crop of potatoes. What you will end up with are seed tubers for succession planting. And kind of a neat thing about those is whatever you grow from those true potato seeds, and then if you're lucky and you get tubers and successively plant out those tubers, they will be new potato varieties. They won't be anything that exists anywhere else. They will be your own. So you could name them if you want. You could call them Shawnee potatoes or Sean potatoes, because they would be new varieties particular to that seed that you've planted. So there you go, a bit of trivia for you on New Year's Day. So I'm going to get this coffee down me. Hopefully this rain is just a threat rather than a promise of delivery. I don't want the field to get all muddy again. And I'll have a little potter. There won't be a great deal of video clip, I don't think. You've seen me prepare a solar panel before. So do you really want to see a video clip of me doing that again? I don't know, maybe you do. But I will do a little clip on seeds. The rest of the pottering probably isn't worth a video. My main theme really was to come down, to start off the new year as I wanted to continue, i.e. me here on the cabin and on the field, and basically to wish you all a happy new year. There will be a video out definitely tomorrow, because I will be doing a bit more tomorrow, and if I get a delivery of wood, which I'm hoping, that'll be the start of things to come with chicken huts. So yeah, there will be a bit longer video tomorrow. That's my logs moving in the fire. That's probably a gentle hint that it wants feeding. Yeah, so there will be something out over the weekend, so don't be too disappointed if this is a short video. And then over coming weeks, I do read the comments in the videos, not so much the live stream, but the normal cabin videos. And a few people mentioned predictions for 2021, things we should be thinking about for 2021. So at some point over this coming week there will be another video on the theme of, I don't know, top 5 things we should be doing, or the number 1 most important thing we should be doing as we set off into 2021. So keep an eye out for those as well. Anyway, let me stop talking now, get this coffee down me, and even though it'll be short and sweet, I will catch up with you shortly on this video. And again, the very best to you and your families for the new year in 2021. And thank you all again for your support with the channel over the past almost couple of years now. Really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to view my videos and to comment on my videos, and of course for subscribing and supporting the channel. Thank you very, very much for that. Well, we're on the workbench. I've got my cup of coffee. This rain's not easing up. It just keeps coming and going. It's deja vu of 2020 already. This little tray is just seeds from the pea plants that I had in the polytunnel last year. I've just saved a few of those as I've gone along, and you probably have seen this little box. This is my little box here for On the Land, and I've got a variety of these in here. I'll just run through. I mean, these are the true potato seeds. There's 2019, which is the biggest collection that I've got, and I have got another one of 2020. So these are the ones that are going to be sent out to Shawnee and Sean and anybody else that wants them. If somebody's suddenly thinking now, well, they didn't see the live stream, and they're thinking, true potato seeds, what's all that about? Have a look over the videos in 2019, 2020, and you'll see that some of my potato plants produced potato berries. They look a little bit like tomatoes, green tomatoes, and that's because they're related. It's the same family. Tomato and potato are both the same genus or same family of plant. Yeah, so if you're wondering what that's all about, have a look at those videos. If you are having second thoughts and thinking, do you know what, something different for 2021, let's try those, let me know in the comments. I'll get in touch with you by email, and I'll send you some. I still got lots of the 2019 ones left, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Yeah, so before I digress, one unusual thing, marigold flowers, allegedly the butterflies don't like these, so I'll be planting out flowering plants in 2021 in amongst the raised beds, just to see if that helps stop pest damage on things like my broccoli and my cauliflower, as I was having big problems with those in 2020, so we'll try and avoid that. There are quite a few different flowering plants that have medicinal properties as well, and that's something I'm keen to explore. You'll remember in 2020 I did a bit about elderberries and the medicinal properties of elderberries, and I made a link to this. Same principle. There's quite a few different plants that help with colds, flus, and other have medicinal properties for other conditions. So again, that's something I'll be looking at in 2021. Back to the traditional stuff. I've got a range of stuff here. This is actually the same carrots that I used in 2020. Had really good results with carrots. So I'm going to be planting those continuously through the year in 2021 to try and get succession planting all the way through the year, and hopefully some to store into 2022. God, that seems a lifetime away right now, doesn't it? But I will. Carrots had huge success with, and we'll be doing those to death, along with potatoes, of course. These are the peas that I actually planted out last year. These just came from a local supermarket called Wilko's here in the UK. Now allegedly you can sow these from February onwards. Indeed, it says on the packet, if you can see that, between February and May. So I'll be using those again in conjunction with the ones that I harvested. Why am I going to that trouble? You might have heard me mention in various videos through 2020 that not all seeds will produce viable seeds from the plants that you grow. So for example, I've grown these peas last year. I know they work. They produced peas. These are those peas. So I'm just wondering if those peas are viable. Could I save the seeds like I have done here and continue in successive years planting those out so that I don't need to buy them? Because in a real something hit the fan scenario, your shops wouldn't be there. So unless you've done what I've done and you've saved seeds, whether that's peas or true potato seeds, then you'd be buggered. You would have no seeds to plant for the following years. So I'll try these separately just to see if they do produce plants. If they do, then I know that these seeds are what we call heirloom seeds, and they'll produce plants which are not sterile. Hope all that makes sense. I have done it in previous videos, so you can scroll back for a better explanation if that didn't do it for you. But that's the idea of saving seeds. We should be trying to save seeds. Yes, stock up on your packet seeds and have a store like I have. I've got quite a big bucket of stuff tucked away at home. But each year try and grow your own and see what works and what doesn't. The rest of the stuff is quite traditional. I have a mixed bag here. I'll pull these out. The only reason I keep the packet is that it just acts as a reminder for planting instructions. But there's a huge variety in here. That's just a packet of cauliflower seeds. I grew those last year because the packet's open, so I know that they work. And I will be definitely doing cauliflower in 2021. I do like cauliflower, and I know that they do work for me here on the land, unlike the broccoli. The rest of the stuff is a mixed bag. Some I'll be planting, some I won't. Brussels sprouts and turnips are in this packet. I didn't try either of those in 2020. I will definitely be doing those in 2021. The Brussels sprouts, not so much bothered about those, but the turnips I am, because that's a really good hardy root crop. I know that they'll survive pretty much whatever the weather will throw at them, so that's something that I will be doing a lot more of this year. I didn't do it in 2020. I will definitely this year. So I've got a couple of these, Brussels sprouts and turnips, so I'll definitely be doing those. Onions, I have seed onions. Last year I didn't grow from seed. I grew from what you call sets, the very small bulbs. Now I will be getting some onion sets. I don't have them right now, but I will be getting those because they did work for me last year. And I've still got a couple in the ground actually. But I might experiment with onion seeds this year just to see how much of a faff it is. I'll keep them in store just in case if something does hit the fan. I've got seeds that I can produce plants from. But the onion sets are clearly much easier and quicker because you've already got a head start. You've got the bulb. But I will be trying those. Something else I didn't try in 2020 and I will this year is cabbage. I've got a few different varieties of cabbage, so I will be doing those this year. I do like cabbage, whether that's just traditionally boiled or whether it's in a stir fry. So I will be doing those this year. That's just a few more onions. The rest is a bit of a mixed bag. Stuff that I might or might not grow. I'm not a huge salad fan, so I have got lots and lots and lots of lettuce seeds. All of these are lettuce. That's lettuce. Well, lettuce and radish. Again, I'm not a big fan of salads. I don't see... They're not that nutritious. I want stuff that's wholesome, hearty, like your cauliflowers and your potatoes and your carrots. I might experiment with them this year, I don't know. Other things, I've got a variety of different carrot seeds, but I've got some beetroot seeds. I did experiment with those this last year in 2021, so I might plant a few more of those out. I do like a Russian dish called borscht, which has beetroot in it, so I might do those. So even though I'm not a traditional salad fan, beetroot, do something different with it, make a borscht, which is a kind of a thick hearty soup. So I might be doing some beetroots this year. Spring onions in that one, along with some cress. Not bothered about the cress. Spring onions, yes, I will be doing those in 2021. And that's probably one of the earlier plants I could get out, actually, is the onions. All these others are really repeats of what I've already done. So we've got more carrot and beetroot. We've got cabbage and the dreaded broccoli. I am really in two minds what to do with broccoli after the failure in 2020. This is a different variety, it's more traditional, so I probably will end up putting some broccoli in because I do like it and I do tend to eat it every day. I'll save that till the end. This is more cabbage and broccoli, so yes for cabbage, maybe for broccoli, and then some more cress and spring onion. The last ones in here, tomatoes and cucumbers. You'll know that I did those in 2020. Didn't have a great deal of success with the cucumbers. I did get a few out, but not a lot. Tomatoes, huge forest of tomatoes. You remember that in 2020. But I learned from my mistakes. And these will be going outside in the polytunnel version 3, I guess. When I take that plastic off, they'll get plenty of pollination because it'll be open air. And we'll see what happens with those. So that's my seeds that I've got down in the cabin, ready to start planting out. I am really keen to get going with these. So over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'll be spending quite a bit of time trawling through the endless supply of gardening channels on YouTube to see what they're planting out, and maybe have a little competition with them. I'll watch to see what they're planting and I'll plant at the same time and we'll compare results. For you guys on the channel, I know that a lot of you do comment regularly about gardening type topics, and some of you share what you've been planting through the year. So let me know in the comments for this video, what are you planning to plant? When are you planning to plant? Do let me know if you want some of those true potato seeds, and hopefully we can share our failures and success through 2021. It would be nice to know what other people are doing, and potentially if you've got some pictures and you can share those, we can get those popped up on the channel. But yeah, let me know. I am really keen to get going with these. Seeds and growing your own food are essential skills for something hit the fan. And we've seen in 2020 all of the chaos with the supply chain. You just never know when stuff will be there or not there. It doesn't take much to disrupt the supply chain. We're going through winter now. We had that sharp frost yesterday. We had snow a couple of days earlier. It's not something that we're great at dealing with here in the UK. You get a little covering of snow and it's total chaos on the roads, which means it's total chaos for the trucks that feed into the supply chain. So it doesn't have to be a true something hit the fan crisis for stuff not to be available in the shops. So if you can grow your own, it's a little insurance policy for you, and it is a vital skill that you will need if something really major does happen, and we're all fending for ourselves. So if you're into making New Year's resolutions, lots of people are, why not pop that on your list for 2021 New Year resolutions. You'll either learn for the first time to grow your own and experiment, as I do, and see what works and what doesn't. Or if you are already doing that, then perhaps more this year as an insurance policy, or experiment with some different things and see what works for you. Whatever it is you do get up to in your gardens in 2021, and again, bear in mind it doesn't have to be a field like I have. You'll notice I don't use the field, I use a part of it, and the majority of stuff is in containers, pots and trays. So even if you have the smallest of gardens or balconies, it is still possible to experiment and to try and grow your own produce. It tastes far better than the shop bought stuff, and as I've said numerous times, it is a vital preppy skill for when something does hit the fan. So I'll put these away. I've got a couple of little tiny jobs to do, just tidying up stuff, and I'll finish my coffee while I'm doing that, and then I'll be getting myself off home to do some more mundane domestic stuff that we all have to deal with. Because I am conscious in the back of the mind, we're into Friday already, and you know what happens on Monday morning, don't you? Yep, it's back to the grind of work, and resume life as normal after the holidays. So I'll get cracking. I'll get this video popped up later on today when I get home. Again, best wishes to you all for 2021, and I look forward to spending more time with you on the channel through the year. Well, that's the cabin all locked up for another day. Short but sweet trip down today, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity of, as I say, starting as we mean to go on in 2021. So I'll get myself home, get a few domestic chores out the way, ready for the start back to work on Monday. I will catch up with you at some point over the weekend. We'll see if that wood delivery comes or not, and see if we can make a bit more progress.
Well, that's it for this video, short but sweet, but hopefully there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. Are you planting in the garden this year? If you are, what are you planting? Anything different from the seeds that I showed you in the video today? Let me know in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.